All right. Welcome, everyone. We are live. Everything's looking good. And welcome. Happy Friday. It is, what is it? It's about 1:15 in the afternoon. And yeah, Friday. Pizza Friday today, as is pretty much every other Friday around here. And this is the Unconventional Mindset. Welcome. My name is Odum. And every day, every Monday through Friday, we get together and we try to work on our business, which we hope is going to generate us $1 million of revenue every single year. That's the goal that we're working towards, right? Building that kind of a business. Is $1 million really important? I mean, it's just a number. It's a good goal to work towards, but the money is secondary. It's trying to do something that is going to provide value to other people. I think that's the primary goal. And then money is just a way to, I guess, just gauge the metrics or whatever. But it's a nice goal. It looks good, sounds good. And of course, I'd rather have $1 million than not have $1 million. So let's be honest about that, I guess. All right, so we're gonna get into it today. And one thing that we talked about yesterday, and I've been thinking about a lot recently, is really figuring out what is it that I need to focus on to be really, really, not to be really successful, but to have really good success in that one specific avenue. And one thing that I thought about is Piixel Pieces, that I want to have components and templates. I think, yeah, that's fantastic, but I think my idea was to maybe put templates onto the side a little bit here and really focus on building the best components and having the best possible offerings for those for my customers and on the site here as well. And that's really going to help me focus on the content that I'm going to be generating through Piixel going forward here. So that's the idea, and I think we set on that, and I kind of really like that. And so I just want to focus on creating, like I said, the best quality components that I possibly can. And I figured we can start by yesterday we were going through and kind of analyzing or thinking about the different types of components that we could build, and I guess we can get started on working on a couple of these today. An idea that I had too was going over the website and just kind of revamping and retooling the content that's going to be on here. But I think I'll probably do that offline. I mean, not live, because, I think there's a lot to do, because I'm still thinking about how I can take Piixel Pieces and incorporate it into Piixel as well too. So there's a lot of things that I think need to come together, and I need to figure out how I'm going to properly build that. And one of the things that I think is stopping me is figuring out exactly what I want to do in terms of having a consistent style guide and what platform, or I keep forgetting the word, which framework that I want to go with. And I think maybe it's part of me that I just don't like to be bottlenecked into one specific framework. I like to do my own thing in a sense, and I never like to be constrained by certain things. I mean, constraints can sometimes be really good because it helps you be more creative, because you have a single narrow focus, I guess you can say. But other times, if it constrains you when you just want to fly away, but you're like a little bird in a box, then maybe it's not the greatest thing for you. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but sometimes that's how I feel. So, but one thing that we are going to need to do on this website is, I think, change the copy a little bit and maybe really take a little bit more effort and time into putting the right copy in here that really illustrates who our target audience is for and what exactly Piixel is going to be able to do for you. But that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to just jump right into building some more components. So let's take a look here. I mean, we have all of our components here that we've kind of built, right? So maybe we can have a look at, let's have a look here and figure out things that we can start to look at. So yeah, content sections, that's an interesting one. Image gallery. Okay, let's see. This one's a little bit more in depth, having this kind of history roadmap thing. Blog page sections, image gallery, UI elements, dynamic pricing table. Call to action. So what do we have for call to action here? All right, bullet points. So let's have a look here at the call to action that we currently have. So yeah, this is our call to action. Let me zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better. So we have the call to action here, and I think what's missing from this is to have maybe bulleted points and bulleted or just bullets where you might want to be able to, you know, articulate with points what your service could possibly be. So we could modify this. I'm just thinking right now. Yeah, let's work on this right now. So this is going to be so this is going to be our call to action, and just say bullets. Call to action underscore bullet. So we're going to want to have an embed, which is going to be our SVG code. Actually, let's close that for now. And then we're also going to have, well, I guess just the text. So text will be, you know, the call to action point. This is a reason why you need, you know, this product. Right. So let's actually get an icon. That'll work well for this. I mean, we just want a check mark, basically. And we want to open up this one. Yeah. Simple check. This one here. Outline circle check. Or just the default check without the circle. Maybe just the regular check. Let's try that one. Outline tick. So we need to go to our assets and find that font, or that icon. It's going to be in icons, huge icon pack, SVG, and it was in, I think it was in interface. It's going to be outline, and it's going to be, what was it, check? It was interface outline tick. T. Or force right here at the bottom. Okay. So let's open this up. Excellent. All right. Let's make this auto. Oops. See, and we want the fill to be current color, so we can actually have access to the color in Webflow. Let's copy that. Let's put it in this embed code. This little block, throw it in there. Okay, excellent. And what do we have for icons? What classes do we have? Right, we have icons and sizes. And do we have, we don't have colors. What should we do for colors? I do see a couple of people here have popped onto the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're having a great Friday. Can we do, I guess, can we do even text color? Would that actually, show up, or maybe it won't because on a combo class. Text color, like primary. No, because that's not associated with anything. I mean, text color. Oh, that's not what it is. What is it? Let's, oh, we don't have a style guide here. We're gonna have to clean that up. I know that's a primary color, so we'll have that for now. Okay, call to action bullet. We are going to flex that, align it horizontally, and probably give it a little bit of a gap on both sides, something like this. So this is, whoops, go call to action, whoops, if I can spell, bullet text. And we will, what should we do? I think, again, don't get bogged down in the styling too much here, but I think we'll put that in a little bit of a slight bold. Okay, so, I mean, let's repeat this for a second here. And I think what we should do, I'm thinking about whether we should put this in columns or not. Whether it should be in columns. Oh, actually, hang on a second. Let me, I'm just going to move my little position here. Just so it's not blocking. The panel there, the style panel. Okay. So, yeah, I'm thinking about putting this in columns. Just basically like this. Or, well, actually, what we could do, like this, I haven't done anything yet. Let's put it into like 2-column. Grid 2-column. Okay, that grid's like way too wide. Yeah, that's way too wide. Okay, we might have to make its own call to action, bullets, grid. And then this could be modified. And the columns, you know, we can separate by 3, and below can make it a lot smaller. There we go. That might make a little bit more sense. So we can have something like that. And this call to action bullets. Give it a little bit of a margin below. No, I think just one is good. Yeah, that's not so bad. Hey, Rolando, greetings. Nice to see you again. Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Let's put in some real text here to make it look a little bit better here. Oh. Let's maybe, I'll delete a couple of them because we don't need too many, but to get the point across, 100%. 100% guarantee. Guarantee. Say 24/7 support. This makes it a little bit too wide if the text is really small. This is the one thing that's a little bit difficult with components, is you never know what the user's going to put inside. And then you never know quite exactly how to play around with sizing and spacing and all that kind of stuff. What could be another? Oh, you know what? I'm going to yeah, you know what? This is actually a really good point, because what I'm thinking of is I think I'm going to duplicate this and create something else that's a different type of call to action. That's more of an informational thing with like click here to learn more. I guess I could say, I could really describe it as what I have here for Piixel, because this is still a call to action, but it's saying all the different benefits that you have. And it's like, you know, I got this, and that. And then a button to do whatever. So I have seen this before, and it's just almost like a list of features or whatever. And like, you ready to pay? Go ahead and pay. So, so yeah, it's a different style, but yeah, I think it needs to be called something else. And I'm not sure exactly what to call it yet. But I'm throwing it in here just for now. And then, yeah, I'm going to figure out how exactly to branch them off. So, and actually what I should do, I should have probably just duplicated this page before I started working on this one, but so that's a benefit section with a call to A, but instead but in the end it's a benefit section. So yeah, then maybe we just call it like benefits. Yeah, let's do that. Let's call it a benefit section. So actually, so what I should do, this is another benefit for this product, whatever. So we're going to create a new folder. Call this benefits under components. And create that, and then we're going to duplicate this into benefits. If you can find it, there it is. Yeah, you know what? It probably would have been easier to just restart it, because all the class names are going to be different. Or they're all going to be called call to action. They're all going to be called call to action. Okay. Benefits. Right. Okay, so we're going to go to our call to action here. And all these bullets here. We're going to get rid of those ones. All right. And then we'll go here. So this is benefits. So this has actually been a little while since I've get name from components. Oh, hang on a second now. I have to remember exactly how I built this thing. All right. So we go in the database. We go into components. So basically, I think for every component that I created, there's also a corresponding entry in the database, right, which has all the information for that component, which makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. So, oh, hang on a second. Let me look at one here for a second. Components / call to action. And on this page, this is product components. Oh, right, because right, I think this is the page. One of them is a page you can see when you're not logged in, and the other one is you can. And this one, let me just go to this component template, which I actually don't have anything here. Is it component categories template? Right, there is nothing on here. It's just there. Okay, got it. So let's just create another component here. I guess we can just call it benefits. Pick a component category. I need to create a new category. It needs to have a color. We can worry about that later. Okay, and I don't have anything else for it, but that's okay. So let's go here. I think we need to filters. Name is equal to benefits. Okay. So we're not going to have, we're not going to have that. I think what we're going to have, maybe let's make this one a little bit different. Okay. So this is not, this is just called benefits, which we already have that class. Why do we already have that class? We probably already have this class. Can we see what other pages it's on? It's probably in the actual benefits in the website. It's on the pricing page, right? Let's rename this. We'll just call it Piixel Benefits. And that should have renamed it on here as well. Yeah, Piixel Benefits. And let us go to Okay. So now you're just going to be benefits. Since that class doesn't exist. Benefits. Did I spell that correctly? I think so. Okay. List of benefits. And I think this one here, So my thinking is, instead of making it full screen, that maybe I could do something a little bit different, where I could make it like 50% of the screen so you can see what it'll look like if it's like a card, which mostly a lot of these things are like. But I don't know if that makes the most sense. Yeah, because I don't want to have people to have to modify things because I'm playing around with how it's being positioned. Okay, so let's have it. Again, as we get feedback when people use this thing, we can always adjust. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to throw this in a padding. Maybe 2. There we go. And I'm going to put a border around it. And nothing too crazy. And with this section, I think it'll probably look best if we center everything. Which will kind of look nice. Okay. Let's do a little bit of cheating here. Can you give me a short... All right. It's for a website section which is going to outline benefits of a product. Okay, that's not quite what I want. Yeah, hey, you are more than welcome to click off. Absolutely. I have like over 200 videos and I used it like maybe 3 times, but you know, you just happen to come in when I'm using it once, and more power to you. So I think the idea of what I'm trying to convey here is to have this kind of text here. Yeah, just have something to say, something along the lines of, it's just funny, just that comment. It's like, I see you using computers, but you're using a computer, so that's cheating. So you don't know what you're doing. So I'm out of here. It's like, you know, which is totally cool. You definitely can't please everybody. But it's funny. Yeah. So everyone has a level of what tool are you using is cheating or is not good or is, you know, hiding your skills or whatever. But whatever. Yeah. You know, and it's funny too. Sam, what's going on? Good to see you. Is better with copy stuff. Yeah, that's the thing too. Is what's your time worth? You know, if something can help you come up with something super quick, and that's just a placeholder. You know, because as you can see with me trying to come up with something, it does take me a little bit of time. This is a small little description area. Blah blah blah. So, but this, yeah, discover blah 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 blah. Okay. And one thing that I'm not good at is prompting and how to make it give actually good results. So something I probably need a little bit more work on. So, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a tool. I mean, it's the person wielding the tool. Absolutely. So yeah, everyone has their own thing, and that's fine. never going to make everybody happy all the time. It's just an impossibility. So this needs of a placeholder text for a fictitious no, this is not giving me at all what I want. From seamless integration, blah, blah, blah. Maybe, let's see. Something like this. But about, yeah, what about benefits? Benefits. Let's see what it says. Okay, this is not helpful for me at all what I want. Okay, so we'll just leave it here. This is where you can list off all the wonderful benefits that your users are going to receive when they purchase your amazing product. Right? That's kind of what I wanted. Okay. Yeah. So this is a reason. This project. This is another reason. Access to amazing 24/7 support. Guaranteed. It's satisfaction. Or your money back. You know, go full on 90s. 100% satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Okay, let's just throw in maybe a couple more to fill this out here. And let's just do this for fun. Can you give me 2 bullet points of a typical product benefit that would be displayed on a pricing page? Can you shorten these to around 6 words? Okay, there we go. That's not bad. Sort of, although it doesn't say anything, but that's okay. Oh. Boost productivity and achieve more during your day. And yeah. Increase your ROI by over 200% in 30 days. Whatever. Okay. Oh, maybe I should change these as well too. Okay. 2 more different benefits, please. Easily integrate into your existing infrastructure. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, you guys don't want to see me here arguing or thinking about stupid wordsmithing here on things that don't really matter, on just placeholders. But achieve reliable and consistent results. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we need to actually rename this to benefits and then the bullets. Benefits bullets grid. Yep. No. Do I have to actually click on rename? I might. There we go. And one more. Okay. All right, and this button group, we don't need a margin at the bottom of this one, but we do want to center it. So I think is centered is what we need. No, that aligns the text. We need to, what is this button group? It's flexed, right? But we need to justify its center like this, but we don't want to do that for all of them. So is justified center. Yeah. There we go. Okay, and I think actually, let's change this background color to, let's unlink it actually, because I just want to, oops. No, unlink, I said. Nice light gray. Okay, so yeah, see, I want to start playing around with fonts and stuff, but again, I think I need to, I can't do that. I feel like one thing that I need to do with all these components is come up with something that is universal with all of the components that I have, because I feel like I'm not consistent from component to component. And I think that's something that I really need to work on. I could really use feedback on people using this, using on these components as they stand right now, just to kind of see what people think. It's hard to do. I mean, I know for me, why is this thing highlighted? Why are these highlighted in pink? I'm not sure why. Let me refresh for a second. Yeah, because I know for me, I know what I want. I know what I want in components, and I kind of know the things that I'm looking for. And for me, this is a great starting point where I can just off and get running. But I'm not everybody. So, but I guess I am my target audience in terms of people that I know that are like me that use Webflow. So this is, I mean, yeah, it's pretty standard like my other components. I mean, let's just Look at the call to action here. Same thing, very simple. Yeah. I think it works. What do you guys think? You think this is at least a good start in terms of having this as a benefits type component? I mean, usually you're not going to have two buttons. You know what? Maybe I'll just have one button. Yeah, I feel like one button makes the most sense here in a component for listing off benefits. So let's go. Let's add our button. All right. You know, whatever, buy now, right? And then we could delete this button group. Maybe we're not going to do buy now because it's not so much for selling all the time. Just get started today. Yeah, and then if we bring it down to, what is this one? Tablet mode. We're just going to edit this grid. Very, very easy to make it one column. Oh, we have an issue here. What is going on? What is going on with this one? Why are these ones super fat? What is going on with this grid here? Auto, auto, auto. That is weird. What the heck is going on here? There's no margins, as far as I know. That's weird. Okay, yeah, it's just in the display view. Webflow just going to Webflow, I guess, sometimes. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, no, wait. I want to go here. Yeah, okay, now it's fixed. Ah! I just jumped again. Weird. Very weird. Actually, there's one thing that I think would be good to do. Yeah, this is actually tough. So I was thinking here, when you get into this situation where you're on a small screen and you have your icon here, when this line goes over, like it's more than on one line, so you'd almost want to have the icon to be centered on the top of the line instead of right here on the text. So if that makes any sense, basically, I could show it. Having it aligned like this, essentially. They're not quite aligned perfectly for all of them, but that's kind of the gist. But does that look good? But then we'd want this text too. We need this text here. I'm just playing around here. We want it probably left justified. Or left aligned, I should say. So let's actually do that when we're here. So this text here, you need to be left aligned. So if you do overspill, that's fine. Okay, and then when we do this, yeah, well, I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. When you're looking at something with bullets, do you like the bullets being in the middle and perfectly vertically aligned with whatever it's the bullet point of, or do you prefer the bullet being on top and everything flowing below? I prefer it being on top, personally, where it's basically aligned like this. where your bullet lines up at the top. That to me makes the most sense. Top most of the time. Yeah, agreed. Okay, perfect. That's 2-0. So we'll go with that. So one of the issues that I'm thinking in my mind of trying to hard code that in is that the size of the font is going to be an issue. And then, of course, the size of the icon is going to be an issue. So there's going to be some playing around by the user to, I guess, figure out how to make that align the best for them. So we'll align it here at the top. And this alone is almost good. But you can see that it's just not, this icon here is a little bit, has a larger line height than this text here. And this text here actually doesn't have our font size added, which we need to do. Font size. Font regular. There we go. And then our line height. Regular as well. That's pretty close. I mean, I could see it in my eyes. There's a couple pixels that are really, yeah, it needs to shift up maybe 2 pixels. So that's really bothering me. But it's pretty close. Because again, if I make a little 2 pixel adjustment here, it's going to be stupid when someone copies and pastes this component and then tries it on their own website. I guess the only other option would be, I mean, I could make the icon slightly smaller. So if I go that one's just even, I need to go halfway between that. No, I don't like that. I think we'll keep it like this for now. And actually here, this padding, we're actually going to make this. Actually, I think. Yeah, we want to make it global. So we're going to go up to 2.5. Okay. And just so we remember how to do this, maybe we could do this right now in terms of actually updating this thing and getting the JSON object and then adding it to our actual library. Because this is a very simple component. Oh, but we do need to also take an image of it. Ooh, lots of things to do. Okay. So we need to grab the JSON tool. And where did I put that? Sorry, I'm just looking at my bookmarks here. Oh, come on. I know I would have bookmarked it somewhere. I'll close this. Here it is. Okay, perfect. So in order to get this thing, the copy and paste functionality, we need to go to this element here and we need to copy it. And then we go into the clipboard inspector. Oh, we actually, not here. We go in here and then we paste. And then it gets us this JSON code. So we just take it right here. We just copy it. Actually, I want to go in here first for a second. Yeah, okay, we're good. So we copy that, and then we need to place it into our database. And we go into our components, and this is our benefits. And we basically just need to throw it in here. And that's good to go for that. And we need to have something here. So link to component demo page, right? So that's going to be product slash benefits slash benefits. Okay. A basic benefits component where, oh, I can't see what's going on here on the stream. There we go. A basic benefits component where you can highlight features of your product and service. Product or service to your users, to your customers, to your audience, to your audience. Okay, let's save that. And I think in terms of actually the cut and paste, I think it should just work. It should just work because everything has already been, it's already been designed, right? So here's the code for the component functionality. And if we take a look at this code, where are we? Oh, settings, open the code. Yeah, that's just is copied, blah, blah, blah. That's the back button. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we do need to make sure that should all be working. That should all be working because we got our buttons here and our buttons already have the attributes on them. Yeah, I think we'll be good to go. I think. Oh, wait, no, hang on a second. We do need to change this collection because this collection, I'll filter, name is benefits. Yeah, no, that's what we want. The code snippet. It just gets the code, right? So that's fine too. Oh, this is the same thing, empty collection. Yeah, this is the same collection. Jeez, I'm going crazy. Benefits. Yeah, we should be good to go. We'll test this out. And the last thing we need is an image of this. So I think what I like to do, what I've done before, is I've basically taken an image. I think of it being a little bit more of like widescreen. So let's, what do we want to do? Screenshot. I guess we can take a screenshot like this. Oh, I'm not getting my shortcut keys right. And let's open up Photoshop. And okay, that's a picture of me. Do I have any, what was I doing before to get my images? Just 1 second here, guys. I want to see if I was consistent with all the images that I took. I don't think I was, because I think the images are just what they need to be. And by that I mean the size that they are. Or maybe, yeah, they look like they're all different sizes. they're all just different sizes. So, but probably, well, actually we can take a look. Let's go back here. Let's go back to our components. Let's just have a look. This is 13 by 860, 1300 by 860. Oh, they're all 1300 by 8. Oh, okay. So let's do that then. 1300 by 860. Right. Do I actually have component screenshots? I actually do have a file for it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So let's paste this screenshot in there. And basically, constrain proportions. So how did we make the other screenshots? Let's just have a look. Okay, I just kind of just threw it in the middle. Okay, so we'll do we'll continue on with that. If it ain't broke, I mean something. I mean something like that, and let's just erase all of this around. And let's try to center this a little bit. I know there's going to be better ways to get screenshots and better images. And I do have some thoughts on that, but we're going to save that for another day. Not quite center. Okay, so we're going to save this. Did I save them as JPEGs or PNGs? JPEGs. So, JPEGs. 137. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Benefits. Screenshot. Just save it there. I'm sure I have a folder where I have all of them. And let's go to the desktop. Actually, we're just going to rename it to benefits and just drag and drop. Oh, not here, not here, right here. There we go. And save. Okay, let's publish this and let's make sure everything's working. Zoom that out a little bit and publish. And if everything has been built correctly, everything should just update. And we should have 22 components now. And we do. And there's our latest one, benefits. So if we go to view it, page not found. Okay, that's not good. This goes to product / components hero. And this one goes to product. Oh, I forgot to put in one URL thing. Components here. Oh, no. Benefits. All right. So product, components, benefits. I think that's what we need. Let's publish that. Right, product, components. Right, I missed that. Okay. So refresh this. Okay. Benefits. Okay, and that's it here. Yeah, this looks horrible. This looks horrible when it's such widescreen like this, just because of where these things are at. Maybe what we can do is we can take this as a grid, limit its size, and then center the grid. And then so you're not having this god-awful space in between. I think I like that. So let's fix that. But also, let's just make sure it's actually working as well, too, with the copy and paste, right? So we don't want to join. I actually just want to log in because we're already a member. So let's log in. Again, this login should kick me directly back to the dashboard. I don't know why it's not. So this one hasn't updated. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm going to do in the container. Well, the container that contains the checkboxes, the bullet points. Those ones are going to have a maximum width, and the whole thing, the whole container can respond, and the user can set that. But within the bullets, we'll keep that into a maximum width, which I think is going to work really well. So, but hang on, we have a benefits here, but this number here has not updated in the components, and it hasn't updated here either. But anyways, let's try to copy this, and let's see if our copy paste is working. And I think we can, just for funsies here, let's go to our site settings. Oh, actually, let's go to all sites, because I think we had something here. Yeah, we have this cut and paste project. So let's use that. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Yeah, I know my time is always off, because I think for this past week and a half, I've been starting the stream at 2 o'clock. But, it's Pizza Friday. we got to get going. Yeah, no, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've been noticing that as well. Every day it goes up. There was one day when I did a video a couple days ago, which was kind of interesting. It was a little bit of an experiment to kind of see if I stepped away from Webflow and just did something a little bit different. And it also happened to be that I had to cut it short because I had a client text me like right in the middle of the stream or right at the start, and I had to kind of get off. So I get off the stream. And not that kind of client. And, oh shit, what was I thinking? Yes, I could only go for like 30 minutes. But anyways, it got like no views. And even right now, I think it only has like 5 or no, maybe 10 views or something like that. So, and then that time I lost 2 subscribers as well. So it was the first day in a long time I actually lost subscribers. So I was like, okay, so maybe I'm a Webflow guy now. I'm just doing Webflow stuff. But yeah, it's going up, and thank you so much. It is kind of cool to kind of see every day there's a few more people, which is kind of nice. So I also remember at the start when I first started, I think it was from January till about August. It was about August when things kind of started to pick up a little bit in terms of getting like a new sub every day or something like that. So slow but steady. How does it look on mobile? It should look pretty good. It should be fine. Everything responds anyways, right? So I think we're looking good. I don't know. You tell me what do you think? Although, you know what? These arrows are getting crunched a little bit because it's not setting a maximum height and width. So we should fix that. So I'm just noticing that. Anyways, so the cut and paste is working. So let's figure out a few things here. So cut and paste. Right, where are we? So that's working here. And just if we go to this page, making sure this copy and paste works, I'm sure it will, but let's be on the safe side. Delete and then paste. Yeah, so we're working. Or at least we need to clear out our cut and paste, right? So if we have that thing, no native information. All right, so copy and paste. Yeah, okay, we're good. So that's all working. Yeah, so it looks strange on mobile. So a couple things that I'll say. Yes, there's an issue with these icons that are changing their size. So let's fix that right now. And the way that we're going to do that, what is the way that we're going to do that? I think the width also needs to have, like, that's got to be the minimum width, right? Oh shit. Let's get the right selector here. Just the icon. So if its width is 1.5, and if it also has a minimum, that should keep it the same. Okay, so that does keep it the same. So we're saying the last two items in the list are very far apart on mobile. And are you looking at this like on your phone? Oh, actually, you know what? We need to get the new code for this as well too. Oh, so that could be something that I haven't done yet, right? Because we have to get the new JSON code. So if you're looking at it on the website, well, I guess this page will be okay, but anything you copy and paste won't be okay. So let's do one thing here first before I forget to do this one. And that is this grid here. We're going to put a maximum width to it, right? Because that's kind of what we want. And what should it be? Yeah. This is where the documentation is going to come in handy. So again, each component will have a video, I guess, or some text, whatever, to document kind of how to do things. So no, now that you put it in, it's the column on the right, which is below, had a margin. Yeah, there was something weird that I noticed here when we were just playing around where it was adding this weird extra margin, and it seems to be gone now. I don't know if it was some kind of weird Webflow thing that's going on. It's very, very strange. So let's finish it up and let's test it out to make sure that everything looks good with it. Okay, so right, so let's set a width. I guess we'll go max width. What should we do? Maybe something like 50. Which I guess we can actually use kind of what are our widths like? I think we have like our container size, small, medium, large. And we'll just set it to this for now. Oh, that happens when you click on a class reference. And then, right. So when you click on it, then you're on the different selector. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I see that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. And then this guy here, I think, should we center it? I think maybe we should just go here and just give this auto, and we'll use that to center it. So the vertical width. So I was thinking about that, but again, the idea is, I'm hopeful anyways, is that when a user is going to be using this component, they're going to kind of code it for what makes sense for themselves, as opposed to me trying to make this the end all be all for what the component is going to be. And how, I don't want to dictate to someone how they're going to use it, right? And exactly what their widths and heights and all that stuff are going to be. So it's just an idea to get it in here so that when they're looking at it, whether they're looking on a mobile, tablet, or whatever, that it looks good and that they can see how they're going to be able to utilize it in their own designs. So I don't want to get too specific by using those types of settings. Because as well too, if someone's going to look on this on a huge widescreen, those bullet lists are still going to get spread out really, really wide because it's at 70% of the viewport width. Okay, so So what did I say? I said a max, right? The max width, right? So if it needs to get smaller, obviously it's going to get smaller like it is here. And do we still want it centered when we're on tablet? I mean, if someone changes the max width, I think so, because if you wanted, like, let's just say we wanted something like this, then it'll still be centered, and that still won't look that bad. But then you might also want to center the text as well on everything on the inside, like with all these bullets. How do we do that? I guess we probably go here and do something like this. Well, I think that looks horrible, so that would be up to the user to choose what they would want. Right. So, benefits, where was I? Oh, right, the grid here. Right, the width, okay. So if it was 70% viewport width, you could use a max of 70. Yeah, so it would be completely adaptive to any screen. So having this, sorry, I'm highlighting something that you can't see. So 70% DVW, or sorry, DWV, and then 1080 pixels. As far as I know, we can't code that. We can't use that in that CSS structure in Webflow. So that would be custom code. And one of the points that I think we want to avoid is having custom code. I hear you, man. Something like that would be much better. But I think we just have to work within the limitations of what Webflow will give us. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong and Webflow has the ability to do that. But I haven't seen it. But yeah, I mean, that's why doing things by hand and coding things gives you the utmost flexibility, like 100% flexibility in what you're doing. And if we were building a theme for like Ghost or something, or WordPress, obviously, then we'd go nuts with that. So yeah, 100% agree with your logic and your way of thinking. But I think Webflow 0% agrees with you in terms of it doesn't allow you to do that. If anybody's out there that knows, please do correct me. But I think we can't. I think we can't do that. Okay. Okay. So I think. All right. Let's give this a shot. So let's copy this, and let's. Oh, I don't want to do that. We need to go all the way up. Let's go back. Let's paste this. Let's get our new JSON object. Copy it. Yeah, still looks good. And let's throw it in here. And what am I doing? Going into the database. No collections. That's the wrong Webflow project. Let's go into components, benefits. Just delete that one. Paste in this new one. Save it. Oh, actually, I didn't want to save it. I wanted to publish. Publish. Okay. So that's in there. Well, try it. Okay, well, let's try it. So, well, see, this is the thing. Well, okay, I'm pretty sure I know it's not going to work, but so, because the thing is, if you're going to put this here, like, I guess we're going to have to put in the width. If we throw this in here, right, 70% this or whatever, it gives an error because it could only accept one thing, right? It could only accept one of these things. And like that's it, right? So it has to be a number and then this. So you can't put commas, you can't put anything else in. So yeah. So yeah. I think that shows that it can't be done, which is unfortunate, but you know, c'est la vie sometimes. And I think that's what you meant, right? Put that expression there. Is max okay? That right. See, this is the problem for me when I haven't worked in code for so long. But that being said, we still get an error, right? Yeah. Did it not copy correctly? It should have. So if I'm understanding you correctly, we want to take this expression right here. Nope. This one right here, which tells us max size at what resolution, and put it in here, right? Window size. Right. Isn't that what I had? Oh, there's a percent here. Okay. Let me try to copy your stuff. Okay. 70. Okay. Max bracket 70 D V W, comma 1080 pixels. This right here. Copy this. Put it in here. I think that's what you're saying. No, it's max 70. Yeah, including, right. So we can throw it in here. Max 70 DVW 1080 PX, and then enter. You can't close it. It just comes out with an error. You can't tab out of it. It just goes out. So yeah, like from what I know, like these things, they only accept a number plus then you have to have a value or like a unit or whatever. Not a value, a unit. Yeah. Get my terminology right. Okay. So I think I did that right. So hopefully I did that right. But yeah, again, we could easily throw in an embedded element or what have you, and then put that in there. But again, that's more complicated than I think we want to get for components, because we don't want them to have to go into custom code to be able to alter their positions of their components, basically. Okay. So there's one thing that we needed to fix to look up here in our component library thingy is our, what page is it? It's basically our components page here. And this number here, aside submenu count. So this number is dynamic. But it's getting it from statistics. Right, and I need to go into my statistics collection to update. Right, so I just have the count here. Oh, that's kind of annoying, but. So one thing that I could do is, to get that number, we could have, what's the word I'm looking for? We could put in a collection on this page, and on this collection, we could loop through all the number of components that are on here and then display that number. But if we end up having lots and lots of components, then that's kind of annoying. Although there's this here's getting all the components. I could probably get that number here, but then I think if that number's in there, I can't transpose it onto here because it needs to be wrapped within that collection. unless I can use something from FinSuite. Couldn't I use a query that returns the post count? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of right now. I think we can. I think there's an attribute here where we can get the count of the number of items in a collection. Count list items. Right. Which is just right here. So, but I think what yeah, there'll be an issue when you get more than the number of collection items that are going to display on a page. So if there's any paginations and stuff like that, then I think we might have issues. Or when it's over 100, that might be a problem. But all right, I already have the count items here. What? So I'm already using that count items. Oh, because I'm displaying it here. Ah. Get text from statistics. Oh, that's from statistics. Why did I do it this way? There must have been a reason. I got to go back and watch another episode. Because I have that code here. Oh, maybe because am I using it here? I'm trying to think now. Okay, what collection is this? This is the component categories. And this here is the number of components in the component category. Okay. Hang on a second. Let's just try something real quick here. Man, we just get into some rabbit holes sometimes. We're supposed to be building components, and now we're trying to figure out numbers here. Okay. So here's a number. So I guess to make this work, we basically really just need, well, we need to put this in that collection list, which would be this one. It's already got a custom attribute. Am I worried about having multiple attributes on this? Was that my issue? I don't think so. So I think you can have as many attributes as you want. And then list. Oh, hang on, my Webflow is acting up. It's not saving. Oh, there it goes. Let me give a refresh here. Yeah, but Rolando, just to comment a little bit on your thing, like, couldn't you just use a query? Yeah, Webflow doesn't have any built-in tools or whatever that allow you to do those kinds of things where you can just get the number of items from a collection or what have you. They're very, very limited in that, which is why a company like FinSuite comes along and adds in a whole bunch of different functionality by just creating these amazing products that allow you to do these things relatively easily. Okay, so we have the list, and then we just want to have the value. And in this thing here, we'll just go, where am I? Oh, settings. And then is it just value? I think it's just value. Okay, so this should display the number. let's publish this, not on the live site. Let's just publish this on our staging. It's not gonna, that doesn't like that. Okay. We'll go on the live site. I don't think too many people are on it right now, so famous last words. All right. Yeah, so that worked as well too. So I can do that, which would be better than updating the number in a collection. Although we do want it to be, oops. I should bold it. Okay, because this there, yeah, this has a whole nother collection. We don't need to do that. So let's delete that. Okay. Instead of putting it X, let's just put in a number. And then we could actually do the same thing. Hopefully we can do the same thing. And this is also getting this whole statistics menu. Why did I do it this way? This is actually really weird. This is a collection. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, maybe if anybody remembers what the hell I was doing when I was building this and why I decided to use this instead of just using the collection number. It must be because I was thinking of once you have more than 100 components, then you want to have like before, like a next, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like previous and next. And then I think it doesn't load up all those components, so then it can't count all of them. I think that's probably what I did. That's probably why I did it. With the counts. Yeah, I think that's what you mean, Kevin. Like with the counts, because again, if you paginate, well, we can test it. Let's just test it. Sorry, Rolando. I'll get to your comment here in a second, because I haven't read it yet, but it's probably something that I want to put my attention to. Okay, so if we do this and let's paginate this, and let's say we do it to 10 items. Like there's a next, I've never actually styled this, so with this pagination. But let's publish this and let's see what happens. And see if it still says like 22 components. If it does, then great. If it says 10, then that's an issue. So let's refresh. Yeah, see now it says 10. So that's the problem. So, because I know already, even at 22, I'm like, that's too many to scroll. I want to have like a previous and next. So that's why we did that. So, yeah. So all that being said, we're going to go back to how it was, because I think, see, never second guess yourself. If you do it right the first time, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Now, how do I go back? I can't even roll back. Ah, shit. Oh, well, that's okay. So let's remove this and let's go here. And I think what we had is we basically had to have a collection. And the collection was statistics. Right. And then we basically had this product number. Okay. And this text block was, oh, the filter is going to be, I think the count. Or wait. What's that? What the hell are we filtering on? Let's go look at this real quick. Number of components. or statistic type component, I think is what we need to filter on. Filter on the type equals component, right? Okay. And then this is going to be source. Where do we get the actual, hang on a second. Yeah, get text from, and that's going to be the count. That's the number. All right. And then this is going to be app product count number. And throw that here. Okay. I think I threw something. Yeah, I think what I did. Ooh, let me go back here for a second. Right. I just threw this class here just so I know that it's statistics. Okay. And there is no an empty class. Just nothing there. Actually, what do I have for empty class? Just, I think, empty collection. There we go. So it's empty. There's nothing to it. Okay. All right. And let's just publish this because we want to fix it. If anyone's looking. Oh, and there's one last thing. One last thing we need to do. Okay. Sorry, Rolando. I'll get to that in just a second because you're talking business. I love talking business. We need to have, I guess, a number here. And what is this number? Number of components in the component category. Okay, so let's go to our component categories and benefits and how many components. There's only one component in here. Yeah, so this is annoying because all this is done manually. And I do remember talking that, oh yeah, we need to automate this thing. But that'll come in the future. It's not a deal breaker right now. Yeah, that's a good color. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Business opportunity. Create code that does that and sell them on Piixel Pieces separately to the subscription. You add the code, an explanatory video on how to install it, and some PDF documentation. Yeah, the thing I will say about that is, number one, I'm not very good, I don't think, at writing code. It's not my forte. It's not my area of expertise. Unless it's like HTML, CSS. Yeah, I could write that all day long in my sleep. Well, yeah, I can't. Maybe not in my sleep. Especially not now. It's been a while since I've done it. But that's my area of expertise. But like JavaScript code, like Rails code, I've done Java as well, PHP. It's not my forte. But I think you're right. There is a good opportunity to develop some types of custom code that can do things that's just basically almost like supercharged Webflow. But it's not my area of expertise, which kind of sucks. That being said, if you have ideas and there's things that you want to do that can help improve Webflow or whatever, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. Because that would be really cool. Actually, it's kind of thinking of like having a marketplace where like if you had something that you wanted to sell to Webflow people, but you didn't have like a market, but of course maybe I had an audience and people are buying from me, like that could be something where like we could work together. It's like, okay, we have this code, yeah, let's put it up for sale on Piixel Pieces, and then we could like split the profits in a way that makes the most sense for both of us, right? Like you get 80% of the sales or something like that, or whatever the case may be, and we go from there. So then that's more of a, yeah, it's definitely like a marketplace kind of thing, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, but that's cool. Yeah, just selling them stuff separately. So it's almost that you can have different levels of subscriptions or subscription tiers. where one is like just components, the other one is components plus code, and then you can kind of go up and down the chain of value based on your tier. But that's also an interesting conversation in terms of how to price Piixel Pieces. And I was talking to my coach there the other day, and we didn't talk very much about it, but he was saying like, oh, so you're still thinking about selling it as a lifetime subscription, and as opposed to selling it, month by month. And I'm still like, yeah. But if you do any kind of projections, of course, selling month to month can probably make you more money. It really depends on what the lifetime value is of the customer and how long you think that they're going to stay with you. So one of the benefits of having a month to month subscription is you can add different offerings, like you're saying, Rolando, so that if they're going to want code or something else that we could offer that's above and beyond components, we can take you to the next tier, right? You're on the pro plan or you're on the premium plan. So it's interesting. Things to think about. As a suggestion, create a fragment of this video and the part where you create the elements copy button and upload it as a tutorial. Yeah, so this is I've been listening to a lot of Gary Vee lately, which I guess I'm always listening to him. And he's all about content and all about getting stuff out there. And yes, I 100% agree. I need to figure out where I can get the time to cut my freaking content and start putting it out there, whether they're tutorials or whatever. So 100% absolutely, I need to do that. I need to figure out the platforms I want to utilize and how I want to get myself out there. So again, I need to put more content out there. 100%. Can't argue. So check out Sam Wathan's podcast, Hacker Incorporated. He goes into deep into one-time payments compared to subs. Yeah, interesting. I will check that out. Let's see what we can find right now. Like I've done a lot of research on it too, as well too. And one of the guys that I love the most are Basecamp guys, and they have this thing. If you go to once.com, so they kind of summarize this exactly kind of how I'm feeling. Something happened to business software. You used to pay for it once, install it and run it, blah, 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 blah. Now it's as a service. It's owned, it's not rented. Perpetual landlord. You stop paying, you don't get anything. So SaaS models benefit landlords handsomely, but maybe not so much the actual people that are buying something. You add up your subscriptions, you're paying a whole lot of money, blah, blah, blah. Introducing Once, a new line of software from 37 Signals. Pay once, own forever. What it's going to be, I don't know. Who knows? But it's a very interesting concept. Oh, yeah, you're 100% behind the Once manifesto when they came up with it. I knew I was in the right direction. So interesting. So are you saying stuff that you're working on? You're like thinking about charging once for it? So you know what they're actually building? It's a Slack alternative. Ooh, that's interesting. So I could see that being it's a piece of software then that is probably, I imagine then they're not going to have this run in the cloud, or maybe it can, but it could also run on your internal servers. So your internal team could have like a Slack software for internal communications. That is genius. These guys know what they're doing. That's really cool. Hackers Incorporated. Tailwind business. Oh, look at this guy. So he's talking with Jason. So yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So they're all on the same page. Right on. But what is more episodes? Is this a recent episode? Hacker goes. Oh, I guess sorry. I don't know anything about this. So is this guy actually Adam? Oh, wait, he's saying here. Okay, Adam's the host, right? It's from a while ago. Okay, I'll just do a quick look and I'll see. I'm sure I can find something, or I'll find it. Oh, he only has 14 episodes. So it can't be far. Okay. Running your business like a band. The ideal bootstrap business. Lifetime pricing is underrated. Okay. Well, they're right. All right. Tailwind UI moved from selling individual to upsell to a one-time purchase. Yeah. Since then, the business has, what is it? Business has doubled. Build UI. Okay. Let's go here. Sorry. We're going down the rabbit hole here. Not rabbit hole at all. This is very fascinating. This is actually kind of good because it's making me feel like, come on the right course in terms of thinking about things differently in terms of how to sell things. Where's the buy now? How do I buy this? Can I buy this? Buy now. Of course, the big call to action button on the top right. $249. Yeah. Watch everything forever. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. People, I hate paying month to month. I hate it. I hate it so much. And actually, I just bought something. 3 months ago, I bought a subscription to UI8. This actually really pissed me off. So I bought this. I bought this $188. I thought what it was going to do, it's like, 3 months. See, it says paid every 3 months. So I bought it and it's 3 months. And I thought I would just not have access after 3 months because that's all I wanted. I just want to download a few things every day while I'm kind of building. And then I'll get my $188 worth. And then just a couple of days ago, I get billed again for another $188. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I emailed them. I said, hey, could you please refund me? And I still have heard nothing yet from these guys. So it's like, what are you doing? Anyways. So, yeah. We should make a video call between Mexico, Canada, and Japan with different ideas and ways of doing things on different web builders platforms. So it's very interesting you should say that. I mean, it's kind of the idea of what I want to do with unconventional mindset and kind of how I kind of get together and do this live stream and just start talking about business is get a group of people that are really passionate about figuring out how to build their business, whatever that business may be. It doesn't even have to be in the same avenue because at least, business is still business and there's certain business concepts and ideas and values and things that work that transcend, the niche that you're in. And just getting together on video calls or whatever the case may be to just talk and discuss and figure out how we can, learn from each other and do better and just learn what works and what doesn't work from each other. So that would be, fantastic. It's just to create that type of community because, I think a lot of people are busy with their own businesses or what have you. I think that'd be really hard to find the right group of people that would want to get together and lay out all their successes and failures for people to see and comment on. But regardless, you don't need that many people. You only need a few. Get a table of 6 people to get together and join a Zoom call or whatever and just discuss what's working, what isn't for them in their business. And that's all you need. Yeah. So you're rebuilding most of your tools that charge a monthly. Yeah, because you want to move everything towards like a yearly model. And the thing is too, is when you're charging monthly, say it's 20, let's just use some simple numbers. It's $20 a month. And so then you're going to be making 20 a month times 12. You're going to be making $240 a year on that customer. And if you know that your lifetime, not lifetime value, but how long a customer is going to stay with you on average, like what's your churn number going to be? And if it ends up being that your churn is going to be, they spend a year on average, then you can if you charge $240 for one-time access, then you're going to make the same money per customer. And then you probably have more opportunities to retain that customer because they're going to be a lifetime member anyways. And then there's more things to upsell them on maybe other things as you grow and develop your product line or what have you. So I think there's a lot of benefits to doing that route, to going the lifetime route. So maybe I'm just talking myself into making the right idea here. Being a freelancer is a very lonely path. Yep. 100%. Just, humans are meant to be, we're social animals, right? Social creatures. Even if some people like to socialize less than others, but having people is still a good thing. Yeah. And finding your tribe and finding the people that, think similar to you is a good thing. That being said, you don't want to get people that just think the same way and they're just going to validate everything you say. Of course not. You definitely need to be challenged because that's definitely how you grow. But people that are working towards the same goals, right? Like say you have a group of people like, hey, we're all trying to build a business here that's going to generate us whatever. We just want to be really successful, whatever that is defined by us. And we have that drive and ambition. That's what I mean of getting people that are similar together to talk about it. It's different than, hey, we just are very similar and we're just all going to agree with everything that each and every one of us says, and we're not going to learn anything, right? We don't want that, right? We don't want to be in an echo chamber. The idea is there are always more people to sell to, and you can raise the prices for new customers when you have more stuff to offer and sell them separately. Yeah, exactly right. Like, I just think of an example for me, I guess, if I'm understanding this correctly, is I have Piixel Pieces and we focus on components now. And it's like, okay, it's $300, whatever, access to lifetime components. And then a year later, I release templates. And then all of a sudden you could be like, okay, well now it's, you get the components for $300, but if you want to get components plus templates, then it's like $1,000 or whatever the hell the number is, right? So you can create new things and then sell those to even existing customers or new customers as well. Or you can even bundle them up and then sell them, like as a bundle or individually or whatever the case may be. And yeah, you could always raise the prices for new customers as well. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I start off selling at $300 and then there's no problem with, raising it to $500 after you've had it for, 2 years or whatever, and you're noticing that it's costing more money to upkeep, or you want to, whatever, you just want to raise your prices for whatever the reason may be, or inflation, right? Whatever. The people that have already paid, they've already paid. So they're still happy. Other people that knew what the old price would might be pissed off, but most people aren't even going to know what the old price was if you just raise your prices. So, yeah. Anyways, I like it. So, like I said, I feel like I'm just sitting here, we're talking and just convincing myself of the right way to go. But yeah, I'm definitely going to listen to this guy. Who is this guy, anyways? Adam. The transition from developer to founder. Yeah, just business guys. Yeah, I'll listen to business guys all the time. I need to do that when I exercise. I need to work out more, and it's a good idea to do more, hop on the bike or whatever, and then I could just listen to podcasts. Because I tried to listen to podcasts as I'm actually working, and I can't do it because like I'm too invested into what people are saying. I'm like thinking about how I could use what they're saying in my own business, and like almost like taking notes, and I can't actually focus on the actual work that I do. So I can only listen to music while I work, or just nothing. Oh, you built Tailwind CSS? Cool. Right on. All right. Well, I gotta build Piixel Pieces and get to the point where he's gonna want to have me on his show. That'd be really cool. I'd love the time when I can, hopefully get successful enough that a lot of other podcasters and business guys are going to want to talk to me on their podcast. That'd be pretty cool. Right. So is there anything else that we need to do today? I mean, I shouldn't say that. We only built one component today, which is kind of lame. But I mean, if I did one component a day, that's 365 per year. So I'm going to beat myself up too much about it. So something that I have never liked about some businesses is the fact that they put all their eggs in the same basket. That is, they bet on a few clients with very high charges. So personally, you prefer many clients at reasonable prices. So I'm going to push back on you a little bit on this, and you could agree with me or you could not agree with me, and that's totally fine. And I see your point of view. But say if I'm a designer, well, obviously I'm a designer. So, I have a web design company, and if I have a choice to work with charging $2,000 per website. So if I charge $2,000 for a website and I could get, say, 10 customers, or say I could get 5 customers, so I'm making $10,000 a month. And then it takes me, whatever, it takes me like 1 unit of time to do those 10 websites. So, but if I could double how much I'm charging, and instead I'm charging $4,000 per websites, but then I'm working with only 5 clients. So I'm still making the same amount of money, but yet I have to build half as many websites, which means I have to spend half as much time. So it's better for me to make the same amount of money, but yet work less time. So, and that's what higher clients do for you. It just frees you up to have more time to either A, get better at what you're doing, so then you could charge even higher prices, or B, go out there and get even more clients. And if you have lots of clients that you're charging reasonable prices, that's great. But if you're also having so many people come to your door that you have to turn them away because your prices are so reasonable and you don't have the bandwidth, then to me that says your prices are way too low and you're not charging what you're worth. So I think there is a balance, but I think as a freelancer and a designer, developer, whatever, I think you should always be striving to raise your prices to the point where, yeah, there's going to be customers that you have that are going to be uncomfortable with your pricing, but that's okay because if you just kind of outgrown them because you need to be making more money and you need to be having more, respect for your time and what it is that you're doing. So like for me, I would rather have one customer to pay me $1 million every year to do, whatever kind of design, video, marketing, whatever the hell, than having to try to get, 100 customers at whatever, what would that be? At, what would be 1 million divided by 100? Like $10,000 a customer? Like that's way harder for me anyways. That's what I would prefer. So I get where you're coming from, but I also would just say, don't be afraid to charge what you're worth and to get good value for your time so that you're not always so busy with having to just do the work to get those clients. Yeah. So what would happen then if a client died and you were fired because the business went bankrupt? Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you're good enough and you're telling no to people because you charge so high of a price, that you should always have clients, like kind of knocking at your door. Right? So obviously if you have no clients that are never knocking at your door, then sure, of course you have to take what you can get. And then the more clients you have, yes, you have security with that. But if your price point is at a good place for you, is if you do have, if your plate is full or almost full, but you do have to say no to some people and you do price people outside of your price point. And if you are making a huge amount of money from one client or a couple clients. Again, I wouldn't say just have one client too. I think that's exaggerating a little bit. I'd like to have more than one client because yeah, that's all your eggs in one basket for sure. But I would rather have 5 high-paying clients than 50 mid-paying clients. 5 clients at $10,000 each rather than 50 at $1,000. Like way better. But I think the thing is yeah, as a business owner as well too, you also have to have, you have to be good with your finances and have money for a rainy day. If you have one client and you're doing work for just that one client, and if they go away, that your business is going to be bankrupt in like a month, then that's just bad business. That's horrible business. So for sure, you definitely need to have security, and you have to be prepared for good times and bad times because it happens to everybody. So I think, I think we're on very similar pages. I think, I get where you're coming from. I think these are more like business philosophies and finances and how a business should handle their finances in order to make sure that when there are times when clients aren't giving you as much money or it's in a recession or whatever the case may be, then like how do you handle those hard times? And again, if you're the best at what you do or if you're really, really good, you're never going to have a hard time finding clients, or you shouldn't anyways, because you're really good and you're known for being the guy, right? One guy that Chris Do, you guys probably heard of that guy. Talk to him. I talk about him quite a bit. In his design agency, he charges ridiculous amounts of money, but he's never going to be short on clients. There's never going to be times like, I don't have any clients left. What am I going to do to put food on the table? I mean, he always has people calling on him, and he says, constantly saying no, to a bunch of clients, right? So, but again, he's so good at what he does. So yeah, interesting discussion though. It's fantastic. I love talking about all this stuff. And again, this is just kind of my opinion in terms of what I'm feeling right now in the state of my business and everything like that too. But yeah, like even for now, for my business, I do have like one client that is the majority of the client work that I do right now in terms of bringing in the most amount of money. I don't know where they're at. They're at like 50 to 60% of my income. And yeah, I would like to have more for sure. But that being said, I like that one client and just working with that one client as opposed to working with 3 or 4 different clients, which would pay me the same amount of money that this one client is having for me. Even yes, there's security issues too, because if they go away, then I'm screwed in that sense. But that's why I'm working on developing my skills and developing other avenues for creating revenue, which is Piixel Pieces and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's how I'm using the good money that I'm getting from my biggest client, which is offering me time. That's what it's kind of buying me. It's buying me time, and I'm using that time to increase my skills, develop products, and expand, and hopefully, excuse me, not being reliant on clients all the time. Because at the end of the day, that's the worst thing. Is I'd rather just not have to deal with clients. Period. Forget about. I want 0 clients. Right. So, yeah. Anyways, my 2 cents. Right. I think the last thing that I was doing, we're just kind of checking to see here if there's anything else that we need to clean up. I think everything's been cleaned up because we have our count here is looking well. Everything here still seems to be working. Let's just copy something here just to yeah, that's still working. So, so I think we're looking pretty good here. And again, I think viewing 12 of 22. Oh, this is the home page. Right. Explore more components. Then it goes to all. Right. If you just go to components, this is the dashboard. Right. Because we're going to have templates here as well too. Yeah. Okay. So I think everything is working. I think everything is good. So I think we'll leave it at that for today. What are you guys doing this Friday? Hopefully you guys have good plans for the weekend. Making some pizza, perhaps. I do think I have a couple of videos way back in the day where I actually showed some of my pizzas that I would make. My homemade pizza. It's delicious. If I do say so myself. Anyways, hopefully you guys have some good plans, get some good relaxing done, or maybe some work. Always working over the weekend. What are the things I like to think about? The things that I need to work on. Again, really focusing on building components. So that's going to be my drive. Building components, teaching people how to use components, teaching people how to make components. And doing that through creating videos. And then like Rolando, what you were saying, cutting up a bunch of my videos, putting them out there and just getting things out there. So those are the things that I need to focus on. Piixel Pieces, components, and the education part to boost up my marketing for the components. Like that's the focus. That's the goal. Sam, yeah, fixing my deployment pipeline. That's actually, I remember the other stuff you were working on. That wasn't fun. Cleaning up like client code and stuff like that. Like, oh, that's a nightmare. But this one, also not the most fun, but I will say it is enjoyable though. If you can really clean up your pipeline or whatever so that you can have like one-click deployment and then like everything just goes, that's like, it's like, that's awesome. So you can kind of see, you just have that really good sense of accomplishment fixing something like that. That does bring me back to the days when I was working with IBM systems and using their horrible, horrible software to try to just deploy a few different things to production. And it was like a nightmare. But then you finally develop something that works, and it worked with like one click or one command, I should say. And it was like amazing. So, So yeah, I don't envy you, but I kind of envy you at the same time once it's done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once it's done. Exactly. All right, guys. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for popping in. Thanks for the comments and the likes and everything. Super appreciate it. So thank you so much. And if there's ever anything that you any angles or anything that you do want me to kind of cover in on these live streams, or anything specifically, maybe in terms of what I'm working on, the business that you want me to do an episode or a few episodes on, just let me know. Email me, or leave a comment at some point or whatever. Always happy to entertain that. Because I don't know, just happy to do it. All right, so thanks again, and enjoy the weekend, and yeah, we'll see you on Monday.